take a potato chip and eat it.
Here we are once again with another episode of Death Note, the therapist conquering Death Note. I am determined to stick with this. I love this show so much. We are at episode 7 today, just off of last episode where Light, it breaks my heart. Light is breaking my heart, y'all. Meeting Ray's girlfriend, fiance, I guess girlfriend. And now he's got her name. Now he's got her number. Get these heavies put on here. By the way, people have said the cord is on the wrong side of my headphones. They're actually not. Because if you look inside the headphone, there. See, it says L on this one. It goes right here. I don't understand it. I never knew cords went to one side or the other on headphones. Anyway, let's get into this. Episode 7, we get to see if Light is ever going to turn out to be a decent guy. But who in this show is, to be honest with you? I feel like everybody's all over the place. Don't forget, if you want this episode or every single other episode fully unedited, go to our Patreon page, the VIP tier. That is where it's at. It's a great place, great community, great way to support the channel, and also a great way to get tons of extra content. Go get you some when you get a chance, and get a pair of heavies while you're at it. Without further ado.
Regardless of how she came to the conclusion, if she gives this information to the police, it won't take them very long to figure out that Kira is actually me.
That's right.
I have no choice but to eliminate her.
Oh, see?
Oh, it's nothing.
So he's just disappointing to me. Gone from this regular teenage kid who maybe has his own quirks or whatever, into this, hey, I think I'm going to try to do some good, into this, I love power and greed and taking people out and manipulating the world and people's lives. Who cares who's in their lives? He doesn't think for a second, what if his sister was taken out by somebody who did the same thing and how much it would affect? He doesn't think about anybody else's life but his own.
But how will you get rid of her? It's not like you can do it here. Well, you have a gift for stating the obvious, Ryuk. Aren't you
Ryuk.
bold? Let's get started. Could you please tell me the date and time of the bus jacking incident?
It was December 20th in front of Asagawa Hill at 11:02 a.m.
He's not even writing her. Does he know her name at this point? Did he get her name last time? Yeah, because they introduced each other, right? Oh, the Yukester. He's kind of a guy I like. Is that crazy to say? Because he's like a what do you call it? An agent of death? Like, he's terrible. But I kind of like him. He doesn't get in anybody's way. He's not orchestrating anything. He's merely an observer of this whole thing. I know he's getting off to it, loving it. He's enjoying it. But he is kind of this hidden consciousness, in some terms. Shoko Maki, suicide, January 1st, 2007. Commit suicide in such a way that nobody will be inconvenienced. Body not discovered.
This way, no one will find her body. And even if they do, they'll just assume that the death of her fiancé drove her to commit suicide. What's so funny, Ryuk?
I apologize for questioning all of you like that, but I'm afraid I had no other choice. I've determined that Kira is not among us.
Isn't it interesting how L, just all the mannerisms, right? Kind of spectrum-like behavior, very retreated, withdrawn. I shouldn't even say spectrum because I don't know if I could totally tell that. But he curls up on the seat, with his feet, bare feet, sitting there like that. Very contemplative, very introspective, staying to himself. He's interacting with everybody, but he kind of has his own way of thinking circulating around constantly, and very smart, very bright as well.
Ryuzaki, how can you be certain that we're all innocent?
Well, to be honest, from the beginning I set a number of traps that would reveal if any of you was Kira. But after speaking with you one-on-one, I don't feel the need. Excuse me?
Unbelievable. He tells us to turn off our cell phones.
Yeah.
Understood. I'm just about finished here anyway. You've got the key, so let yourself in.
If it's all the same, I think I'd like to report it myself.
Ah.
And after talking to you, I've decided that it would be best to do it as soon as possible.
She's messing up his plan because didn't he get that note written so she would do it in the future? It's not like it's going to happen now. If she takes off now and goes and reports it, that note, I mean, it would still follow through, but she would get to them and tell them before then.
Just 10 seconds until 1:15.
Oh,
I have to admit, I'd really love to see how she dies.
What's the story? So he did write it so she'd die right away. Oh, man. So he's just going to walk away and not see it?
Hurry to your death.
Wait a minute, what happened?
What's going on? It should have happened already.
Oh boy.
This doesn't make sense. I don't understand why
boy.
she's not leaving. I've had no problems making people kill themselves.
Did she give him a different name when she introduced herself? So that he wouldn't know and he writes down a name, it's not actually her. I wonder if she knows a lot about this case or if she's learned anything about it. What's going on here, y'all?
So what's wrong?
Oh, you floating around.
Rick. He laughed just like that when I was writing in the death note. And that's not all. I remember thinking it was bizarre how he laughed when I asked for her name. In fact, he's reacted the same way every time her name comes up.
Gentlemen, it's an honor to meet all of you.
This person is Watari?
What about your usual outfit?
If I dressed like that, I'd be announcing to the world that I am Watari. That's all it takes to give away the location of our headquarters in Ryozaki.
Oh, I see.
Well then, I brought those items you requested. It's all here.
Man, look at how L sits. He's just like crouched over. Very interesting character.
Could you please pass them out to everyone?
Yes. Gentlemen, these are your new police IDs.
But what for?
She used an alias. That has to be it. Ryuk knew all along. He could see her real name with his eyes. That's going to be almost impossible to ask for her real name knowing she gave me an alias the first time. If I'm too persistent, she'll get suspicious. What am I saying? It looks suspicious that I even knew she was using an alias.
I should probably be getting back soon. Someone from the task force might be back there by now.
What if my father calls back now? I already promised her that I'd let her talk to him if he did. If this phone rings, it's all over for me. What am I gonna do? This is crazy. All I have to do is turn my cell phone off. Problem solved. Now, calm down. You know what needs to be done. Just find out her real name.
He's
She's a
losing it
woman after
now.
all.
He's
I
desperate.
suppose if I had to, I could use force. No, the last thing I want to do is make a scene in public. I've got to get her somewhere isolated. But where?
So odd at this point to me. Like he followed her that way and then she's like, okay, I got to get back. And it seemed like she changed directions. But he's still behind her. I would think she would really be suspicious at this point. Like, what's the need for you to follow me at this point? Because I'm just going to go back and do this. Otherwise, they'd walk together, right?
Would I be willing to give up half my life just so I could learn this woman's real name?
No.
No, I wouldn't. In fact, it's not even worth considering. Now quit wasting my time. Just shut your mouth, Shinigami.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Do you still have business at the police station then? I'd like to go there by myself, if you don't mind.
As you know, Kira requires a name and a face to kill. We will confront him with that premise in mind, and I think it should be obvious why.
Yes, but of all people, the police shouldn't use fake IDs.
Enough. What choice do we really have given the capabilities of our enemy? As long as you're working on this case, I think we're going to need all the protection one can get. It would be foolish not to use them.
Yeah.
Each one has a transmitter hidden in the buckle. This will allow Ryozaki to monitor your whereabouts. And when you press the buckle twice like this, My cell phone will ring, displaying your name. And I'll call you back immediately, but you won't see my number displayed.
Considering that Ryuk mentioned that ideal again, there's no doubt in my mind that she used an alias. At this rate, once she goes to the police with her theory about Kira being on that bus, and they look at all the people Ray Pembroke was investigating, it won't take them long to zero in on me. About 5 minutes before that woman gets to police headquarters. Think, I need her real name, and I don't have much time to spare. If this woman makes it to the police station and someone from the task force has returned by then, it'll all be over for me.
It's over.
I've got to find out her real name, then eliminate her quickly. Only 3 minutes left until she reaches the station.
Why? He's still following her. And she said, "Do you mind? I'm going to walk there myself. Any chance, Light, you can back off and go a different direction?" I mean, that just should be total proof to her that, like, something's odd that he's following me.
Excuse me.
Yes?
There's something that I should probably tell you.
Okay.
The thing is, it'll be impossible for you to contact anyone from the task force directly.
Huh?
That's right. Keep the conversation going. I just need to find something that she can latch onto, and I've got her. Task force has been organized so that its members can't be identified and nobody on the outside knows who's in charge. If the members' names were ever made public, or the structure of the task force was revealed, we'd likely see another tragedy along the lines of the one that claimed your fiancé's life.
If this is supposed to be a secret, then how do you know so much?
Guess I spoke too soon. She's sharp.
Very well. You leave me no choice. It's because I'm actually a member of the task force.
Oh my gosh, what a joke.
Sorry, you're telling me that you're an agent?
This kid?
Yes.
No.
Elle is currently in charge of the task force, and
So, Elle trusts you then?
I can go to task force headquarters.
I think this is cheesy. I think it's weak. I think it's a weak addition to the show. And I think this woman who was already clever enough to give an alias would not be falling for the fact that he's, a high school student on the task force. Come on. Like, something's up here. Like, this, to me, it would be like, okay, all right, I appreciate it. I'll see you later. And I'll just go talk to him myself anyway. I'm just going to check in over the, I don't know. It feels very desperate for me from his direction. It just doesn't seem believable.
Thanks for explaining. But just to be safe, I'd like to try and visit the
Good.
task force headquarters again. Goodbye.
Please, wait a second. It's
so
like
desperate.
I just told you. They won't let you talk to anyone.
I know, but I was hoping I could speak with Elle directly.
Oh, and come to think of it, who's at the police station right now?
Actually, no one's there at the moment.
That's not good news. We need someone there at all times. Work in shifts if you have to.
I understand. Aizawa, I'll put you in charge of that for today.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Won't take me long.
You may be right, but I think that there's a chance that he'll meet with me. Although the only contact I've had with him was following orders through a computer, he might remember who I am. You see, I worked under him in a case in the U.S. about 2 years.
She's giving insight into who she is. I used to work underneath him. I don't think he knew at this point, up to this point, she was any kind of an agent or whatever. I think he just thought she's a regular person. So is now he going to be able to go research her really quickly on the computer?
Up until 3 months ago, I worked as an FBI agent.
This is it. Finally something I can use. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. In fact, I noticed early on that your investigative skills were far beyond those of an amateur. You're very cautious and you seem to have a gift for getting to the heart of the matter. If I could, I'd like to learn from you.
Maybe it's unrealistic, but I think that if I go to headquarters and I give them my name, there's a chance that they'll let me speak with him directly.
I see. But if the only person you could trust with this info was Elle, then why me?
I suppose I was upset that they wouldn't allow me to see anyone from the task force, and then you came along.
It is pretty interesting, though, that she clued that together. You said you were the son of the lead detective. Then you said you're one of the investigators. Something's odd here. She's clearly put this together. Like, this guy is up to no good. I'm shocked she isn't putting together that he just seems fishy, like something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah. It's because You remind me of El. There's something about you that's just like him.
Will you investigate this case with me?
Huh?
I want you to come work with us as part of the task force. We could use your help. As I'm sure you know, not just anyone can do it. Please, I know this is sudden, but the team needs people like you. It wouldn't be that difficult for you to join. All you need is some valid identification, a recommendation from a current task force member, and of course, you need to get El's permission.
You want me to join the task force?
I can't help but think that it must be fate that I met you today. I'd like to be the one to recommend you.
Oh, is he coming up to him? He's gonna know him.
I'm sorry about that. All right, I've come this far. All she needs is a little encouragement. But you're young and beautiful, and you've got your life ahead of you. Why put it all in danger for this?
No! Now that Ray's gone, I've got nothing to lose anymore. I want to catch Kira. I don't care about anything else. It's all I want to do. Please let me investigate this case with you.
How?
Just need to see some form of identification before we proceed.
Oh,
Yes?
you see the name I gave you earlier, well, it wasn't actually my real name. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, it's all right. To be honest, I'm impressed by how incredibly thorough you've been.
He wasn't honest
You've
either.
stayed one step ahead of me.
What is that? Snow?
I made it in time.
Oh my gosh.
If you don't mind my asking, why do you keep checking your watch?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess it's because I'm Kira.
What?
What's the matter?
There's something I have to do.
Then goodbye.
Oh.
Naomi Isora.
Oh, this is just terrible. Terrible. I cannot believe he would do this. He's so like, this is such a bad. For me as a mental health person, this guy is as disturbed as they come at this point, not just because of the crazy stuff he's doing and trying to kill people, but how much enjoyment he's getting from like calculating and plotting and scheming and manipulating and trying to talk people into things. And then he does it with her out of just pure joy and satisfaction. Are you kidding me? Oh man, this show, it's doing me in now. Now I'm in the depths. Like I'm in the bottom. I'm in the this isn't fun anymore category. That's where I'm at, y'all. Just saying. Just saying. It is time for season 1, episode 8 of Death Note, and I am in the depths of despair at this point. I am wondering, I don't know, what's the point anymore? It seems like Light is just going to take out everybody, and he's going to enjoy himself along the way. I wonder if he'd even take his dad out. Probably wouldn't even care about that. The ultimate would be the sister. I don't think he'd take her out. But who knows if he starts to get this crazy and sociopathic. I don't know. Let's get into it. Episode 8. By the way, don't forget, if you want this episode or any other episode we have on Patreon, the VIP tier is where you find it. All unedited. All the behind the scenes, everything. There's also chat rooms for every single show and series we do. It's a great way to support. We're thankful. And it's also a great way to get tons of extra content. Go check it out when you get a chance. Oh.
That was footage from surveillance cameras at the station. The death of one of the FBI agents is captured on here.
Let's see the following scenes again. Ray Penber passing the ticket gate on his way in, then him boarding the train, and finally the part where he dies on the platform. We know that Ray Penber got on the train, and then an hour and a half later he got off and died on the platform.
That's the thing. Like, this agent is obviously investigating people, right? He gets on the train. He gets off the train. He dies. Why? It has to be tied to something happening on the train.
The Yamanote line only takes an hour to complete its circuit, and more importantly, there's
Whoa.
the envelope.
What do you mean?
He's holding what looks like an envelope when he passes through the ticket gate.
Huh? You're right. It's there under his arm. But in the footage right before his death, it's gone. I can't believe you actually caught that.
So he sees, that's so interesting. He sees how long the train goes, and he sees that he goes in with an envelope. Doesn't know what it means, but
Seems like he's straining to look inside the train before the doors close. You can see right here.
If that's the case, do you think it could mean something?
Wouldn't it be interesting if Kira was on that train?
That's impossible.
I admit I find it hard to believe as well. There's no reason for Kira to come to the scene of his own crime when he can kill from a distance. Well, maybe he was counting on us to make that assumption.
You haven't stopped writing criminals' names in the death note for 4 days straight, so what are you trying to prove?
Yeah.
I don't see the point in writing these names weeks in advance. I've never seen the death note used like this.
so he's just writing out names as time goes on to die. How long is this book? Is there ever a mention of how many pages this book has? And can you write as tiny as you want to write so that, you can get as much in there as you want to? Or are there rules around it?
Yes, would you please hold for a moment? Ryuzaki, it's Yukita at the NPA. He says he's on the phone with someone from the tip line who has information for us.
Right. Then give Yukita the number for line 5 and ask him to have the informant call that line instead. It'll be safer that way. Ray Pember's fiancée, Naomi Misora. Heard that name before. So it's her. She's from the Los Angeles baby murder case. That's right. She was working under me. I guess she must have come to Japan with her fiancé. No, the Naomi Misora I knew was strong. Not to mention she was also an excellent FBI agent. If anything, it's more likely she'd be trying to catch Kira. It appears she came to Japan with Penber. It's possible that she may have found a lead. If that's the case, did Kira manage to get to her first? In particular, he was assigned to 2 police officers and those closest to him.
Very well. Who are these 2 individuals he was investigating?
Oh boy.
Deputy Director Kitamura, along with Detective Superintendent Yagami and their families. At this stage, I'd like to place wiretaps and surveillance cameras in both households.
Oh boy.
You told me you'd be willing to risk your lives for
Yep.
this investigation, but you wouldn't risk your jobs?
Ryuzaki, what are the odds that Kira's in one of those households?
Maybe 10%. No, it's closer to 5%.
Seriously? I'm sorry, but it's not worth the risk.
No, I don't have to tell you how offended I am to learn my
So
family
without
is
them-
under suspicion. Having said that, just go ahead with it. And make
Without
sure you
any-
install them everywhere.
So this is without anybody in their family even knowing it. Like, he's going to be the only one that knows it. And, this just seems like it'd be over at this point, right? Oh,
There is no point in doing any of this if we can't be thorough. Now I suggest you keep quiet.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Excuse me.
who would it be? The chief would know it's not him. He's not thinking about his daughter or his wife, right? Like, what?
What? No one's home yet. I'm home.
So it's all set up.
How's it going? I don't think anyone else is in the house right now. Do you want to play some video games? Come on, it's been a while.
So Ryuki couldn't tell him, right? He would know people have been around. Does he see it? If he sees it, can he tell him, hey, there were these people? I don't know what that paper was about.
I don't believe it. I never knew he went to such great lengths. What could he be hiding in there that he doesn't want anyone else to see?
For a 17-year-old kid, I wouldn't say this kind of behavior is particularly abnormal. When I was his age, I did strange things too. Have you ever talked to your son about the investigation?
Of course not. I've never once revealed classified information to my family.
Doesn't look like these clothes have been bugged. I think we're safe. Listen to me. There's a very strong possibility that there are wiretaps and maybe surveillance cameras hidden throughout my house.
Really? But that piece of paper was still in your door, wasn't it?
That's true, but I left the paper in the door in a way that it would be obvious to anyone entering the room. When I get home and I try to open the door, if the handle is all the way up, I can be fairly certain that someone was in my room. That method alone doesn't tell me if my door was actually opened. So I put a mechanical pencil lead in place as well.
So what do you do with it?
It goes on the hinge. After I close the door, I take the pencil lead and rest it on the hinge in such a way that it will break if the door happens to be opened by anyone. First the door handle, then the lead. I know someone was in there today.
Maybe it was your mother.
My family wouldn't have noticed the piece of paper. What's suspicious is that someone took the time to put it back in the door.
Hi there. Can I help you?
Fortunately, I already gave Elle the hint that Shinigami love apples, so I just can't afford to take the risk.
When did you...
If it's so important for you to eat apples, you'll have to find out where all the cameras are hidden. If you're lucky, you might find a blind spot where you can eat them without being seen.
Oh,
Wow.
I have to find the cameras.
I can't believe my son is looking at those magazines.
It's normal for a 17-year-old.
I wonder if he's assuming he's being surveilled, so he's going to act like a normal 17-year-old, and he's going to do this for enough time that it just plays it off as he's just a regular dude. He's not doing anything weird. So he's going to stop doing everything in his room inside the house at all and do all the other stuff with the Death Note stuff outside. Like, he's quick enough to figure it out.
Are you honestly telling me that you suspect him?
I do suspect him. That's why I placed wiretaps and surveillance cameras in your house and the deputy director's house.
I found a camera in the air conditioner.
So they really put cameras in here. They must have bugged the place as well. This must be Elle's idea, which means they've narrowed down their list of suspects. By now, they must have figured out that it was someone who Ray Pember was investigating, or they wouldn't have gone to all this trouble. Man, these covers mislead you all the time.
Hey, Light! Come on! Dinner's ready!
I love you. Always.
Hideki Ryuga! I swear he's perfect! How come no one in my class is like that?
Watari, please contact the broadcasters and tell them to play our message.
Very well. Understood.
That's right. My parents met George Martin.
What's this? ICPO? They're saying that in response to the Kira murders, Interpol has decided to dispatch a force of 1,500 investigators to Japan. The investigators were drawn from the law enforcement agencies of its member nation.
He can't react, though, because if he reacts, that's going to let Elle know, right? So he's got to hold it together. He's doing this on purpose.
Chances are they've got cameras in the living room as well. ICPO sure is stupid.
Huh?
I mean, there's no point in making this announcement. If they're gonna send all these people here to investigate, shouldn't they keep it a secret? Thanks for dinner, Mom.
Huh? You're eating a bag of chips? You just had dinner. Your good looks are gonna go down the drain if you keep that up.
It's a late night snack for studying.
I think that's it, Light. I found every camera they put in the house. Sure are a lot of cameras in this room.
Wow.
I counted 64 in total. I guess whoever put them here expected you to at least find some of them.
It has to be Elle. He had no qualms about putting a death row inmate in his place when he declared war on me.
Notice his words out loud where, well, I guess it's time to hit the books, time to study. But all this other stuff, he's just thinking.
Judging by the number of cameras he's planted, he's planning to make a decision within a short period of time. Any normal person would slip under these circumstances, but it won't be that easy with me, Elle. This is the closest you'll get. I've set things up so that criminals will continue to die over the next 3 weeks. But Elle is aware by now that Kira can control the times of death of his victims. Therefore, to avoid suspicion, Elle needs to see that criminals whose names are being broadcast continue to die while I have no access to that information.
But if he's writing in the book there, aren't the cameras going to pick that up?
In my preparations, I can continue to kill criminals whose names are broadcast on the news while masquerading as a typical high school student studying for his entrance exams.
Ah, so he's got a camera, a little TV remote thing in there that shows him the TV, it looks like, and names of different criminals on there that he can see. But he's eating chips like a regular high school student studying, so to speak.
My prepper, just watch me, El. I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
After dinner, your son just goes back to studying without turning on the TV or his computer?
It's because the entrance exams are 5 days away.
Now, a criminal who I should have no knowledge of will die of a heart attack in 40 seconds. And the witness to my alibi is El himself.
Throws it away with the camera in there.
Just a little bit longer.
A few minutes ago, a bank clerk being questioned on suspicion of embezzlement and a purse snatcher being held in a detention center were broadcast on the news. They both just died of sudden, inexplicable heart attacks.
While all that was happening at your home, your wife and daughter were watching television. When that was over, they turned the TV off and didn't watch anything afterwards. From just past 7:30 until now, 11 o'clock, your son's done nothing but study.
That means my family has been cleared.
Let's clear them.
It doesn't make sense that Kira would kill two petty criminals right after their identities were broadcast. I know it's only the first day after the cameras were installed, but the Yagami household seems almost too innocent to me.
Today's garbage day, so if you've got any, bring it down with you, okay?
The garbage.
What a pain.
What are you talking about? You usually say there's no need to remind me, Mom.
Yeah.
But didn't that mini LCD TV cost you $400?
I was thinking of that. Like he had a mini LCD TV that he just threw away in the trash.
Good morning.
Man, is he that desperate to be like not found that he's going to spend that much money and have that thing go away just so he can like totally be cleared? Like he's doing everything as perfectly as possible. But I still wonder, he counted 64 cameras or whatever, how there's not a camera that could be above that's looking down that could see him writing in the death note. I don't understand that part at all. And I love how Elle is clever enough to say something looks too clean here. Like all he did was study, didn't do anything else. And then those two names pop up during that same time. Something doesn't seem right. I can't wait to see what happens next. Episode 9 coming up next. Where is this leading us? Mental health, death note. Best combination you'll find. Let me, don't forget, this is Real Therapy. Just Tom, break it down. Death note. If you want help, check the links in the description. Please get help. You deserve that help. Otherwise, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And head over to Patreon, the VIP tier. Everything's unedited. And there's a chat room over there. You and I can talk about Death Note tomorrow. So go check it out when you get a chance. Never forget, mental health matters. We'll see you on the next Reaction Therapy.